If you've been diagnosed with mild cognitive impairment, you want to do something, anything, to protect your cognition and slow the decline of your mind. But where do you start? A new study offers an answer. If you're concerned about what's going on up here, you need to be concerned about what's going on here. Because when it comes to saving your brain, your heart is a great place to start. Hi, I'm Tony Deering. I write an award-winning column on brain health and prevention of dementia for NJ.com and the Star Ledger, and I am the creator of GoCogno.com, a website dedicated to the needs and concerns of people with mild cognitive impairment. This week, I want to talk about research on the connection between heart health and brain health. And no topic I have talked about in any of my videos so far has a greater bearing on mild cognitive impairment than this one. This study was published in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease, and it was done by researchers in Italy. It involved 385 people who had been diagnosed with mild cognitive impairment, and it followed them over a 10-year period. The researchers wanted to see if common cardiovascular risks like hypertension or diabetes or smoking are a factor in the risk of progressing from MCI to Alzheimer's. And the answer is yes, it played a big role. They grouped people into categories based on how much risk they had for heart issues. In the lowest risk group, 12% of the people progressed to Alzheimer's. But in the moderate risk and high risk group, between 40 and 43% of the people progressed to Alzheimer's. Now, this finding doesn't apply to everyone. There are many causes of cognitive decline, and you want to work with your doctor, identify what the cause of yours is, and how you can address it. But this does apply to a lot of people. It's estimated that 1 out of every 3 Americans has hypertension. That's 70 million people, and only half of them have it under control. It's also estimated that 29 million Americans have diabetes, and we're seeing close to 1.5 million new cases diagnosed every single year. So here's the most important thing to understand about it. These conditions, things like diabetes or hypertension, they're treatable. And if you can manage them, you can not only reduce your risk of heart problems, but you can reduce your risk of cognitive decline and progressing to Alzheimer's. If you'd like to learn more about that, I invite you to go to my website, GoCogno.com, and get on the pathway to better brain health. Lesson 1 in the pathway focuses specifically on these cardiovascular issues. So, I hope to see you on the pathway to better brain health, and I hope to see you here again next week, when the topic of my video will be an interview I had with the head of the Global Council on Brain Health. If you play games like Sudoku or crossword puzzles to keep your mind sharp, she had some very interesting things to say that I think you're going to want to hear. So I hope to see you next week, and as always, be kind to your mind.